The meaning of the movie author Orpheus on Reading 5 Minutes published on 22.11. 2019 updated on 12.12. 2022 One of the best thrillers, The Vanished, is based on the novel of the same name by Gillian Flynn. With the help of the author, the book was remade into a screenplay. The director presented the audience with a detective thriller that stirs the consciousness. What is the meaning of the movie, Disappeared? What is the main idea that the film crew tried to convey to the audience? About what the movie? 5 years since the wedding of Nick and Amy Dunn. In the morning, the hero was not at home. He returned a little later. However, the spouses were not destined to celebrate another anniversary. Nick found that his beloved wife disappeared without a trace. In addition, all the circumstances indicated that it was exactly a kidnapping. This event shocked many people. Most of the printed buildings published the terrible news. A confusing and complex crime will be investigated by Rhonda Boney, a detective who serves in the police department. Law enforcement agencies begin to notice the strange behavior of Nick. He is friendly, then completely depressed. Where do these mood swings come from? Or does he have something to hide? The detective manages to find evidence that points to the spouse's involvement in Amy's kidnapping. The couple's material difficulties, the wife's substantial life insurance policy, the washed-up bloodstains in the hero's home. The facts are becoming more and more, however, Nick denies everything. In favor of the hero speak in mysterious clues left by the intruder at the scene of the crime. Strange riddles lead the detective and Nick first to the working office of the hero, then to the house of his father. The policeman is increasingly convinced that it is the spouse is guilty of a serious crime. However, soon there are inconsistencies in the case. Did Amy herself staged her own kidnapping? The meaning of the movie. Dynamic script, fascinating play of actors, versatility and branching of the storyline. However, at the end of the movie, Disappeared, heroes return to the very beginning. The movie raises many pressing problems. What topics does the director cover in his work? Relationships between spouses. The movie Disappeared shows the difficulties faced by people who have joined themselves by the bonds of marriage. Married life does not always bring happiness and joy. In place of love and passion come routine, boredom, irritation. Initially, the feelings of the spouses were mutual. However, over time, the heroes began to tire of each other. Amy was in rose-colored glasses. She was ready to tolerate the betrayal of her husband, his constant cheating, coldness. Only for what? Would such a relationship bring her happiness? Quarrels, scandals, clarification of relations became the norm in the family. Amy lived a miserable existence. She was a shadow of her husband. But with her disappearance, everything changed. From an indifferent spouse, Nick turned into an eager to find his wife as soon as possible husband. Almost everyone accused the hero of a terrible crime. He was waiting for the death penalty. The role of the second plan in the family was not in the plans of self-confident Nick. Spouses are a source of heartache for each other. However, neither of them is ready to break this unpromising relationship. Why tolerate each other if feelings have long since faded? Why manipulate the spouse, forcing him to be around? Will there be a happy family life after treason and betrayal? Each of the viewers must answer these questions for themselves. The influence of the press on people's consciousness. The mass media have firmly entered all spheres of life. The press has a huge impact on public opinion. It influences the subconsciousness of ordinary people. How to live, what to wear, with whom to communicate. Mass media dictates the rules, which almost no one will risk breaking. With the help of television, the heroine tried to destroy her spouse. Most of the population was sure of Nick's guilt. he was considered worthy only of the death penalty. People need a show, especially if it reveals the problems and difficulties of others. Almost no one likes to see happy and contented faces. People like to realize that someone else is doing even worse than they are. It gives them an inner satisfaction. What is the true meaning of the movie, Disappeared? The movie shows the problems and difficulties of family life. However, not all spouses are ready to simply give up. There are those who intend to do everything to save their family and try to resurrect former feelings. The meaning of the final movie. Can Amy be blamed for everything she's done? Probably, yes. However, the heroine pursued her goals. She was practically desperate. Indifference on the part of her husband, his despicable deeds forced her to take a serious step. In that situation, she saw no other options. In war, all means are good. This phrase as best as possible characterizes the actions of the protagonist. Amy strived to become the best for her husband, she wanted to meet his expectations. But he did not notice her for a long time. Or didn't want to notice her. The heroine is not a mentally ill woman. Her act is difficult to call adequate. However, it is her decision. Nick and Amy stayed together. Will they be able to find a common language and return the former bright feelings? Will the heroes forget past offenses, will forgive mean deeds? Only time will show. This is the end of our article. If you have any questions or suggestions, be sure to write them in the comments. And if you want more similar movies, we have just a selection. Peaceful skies above your head and see you soon. Admin.